Well, welcome to Inspirecast, a place where we share stories that ignite inspiration and trigger transformation for our soul and for our community. And whether you're in Michigan or in Mexico, man, it'd be nice to be on a beach in Mexico right now.
Just have friends get back from
We
Mexico.
just hope that, we hope you come and have fun with us.
Turds.
So that's what we're doing here today.
Love it.
Yeah.
My name is Brady. I am the youth pastor here, and we're super excited about our conversation today. We're talking about friendships, really. I remember, like, when I was in college, I had a professor, and he told us this line that still, like, sticks with me, and I think it's going to be, like, very, like, prudent for what we're talking about today. But he said that, like, sometimes we have friends of the heart and we have friends of the road. And talk about how, like, sometimes, you know, like there are friends that come into our life for, like, certain seasons, and they're needed for a season, but yet seasons change and sometimes those friends go away. But also there are friends that no matter, like, what season of life you are going through, like, those friends are going to be there for you. And so that's kind of what we're talking about today when it comes to, like, friendships. And our guest, who is Jess, which we're super excited about. Hey. Yeah, she's so great. Man. Yeah, and you have a pretty awesome story to talk about when it comes to friendships and losing friends and friends of the heart and friends of the road, and it's going to be great. And so does that. But like we're also just, like, super excited to have you, like, on our staff and our team here, doing like first impressions and connections. Like, you're already crushing it, and just doing such a great job with it. So, like, thank you for like, being a part of the team.
I love this team.
It's a good team.
It's the most healthy and friendly team I've ever been a part of. So
wow.
Super
like that.
That's super good. Love it.
I feel good about that.
Yeah, I do too. That's amazing.
I love
it. So, but before we get into, like, the deeper conversation, we just want to kind of set the mood, set the tone, and get to know us and get to know, and really get to know you, Jess. So we have a couple questions that we are going to, like, fire through a little bit here and just really dig deep into ourselves and share our hearts with each other and the World Wide Web. So all right. So here's the first question that for all of us that we're going to go through. So the question is what language besides English would you like to be able to speak, like, fluently?
What do you think?
Yeah.
Do you want me to answer first?
Yes, you are the guest. So.
I honestly, teenager. I think right now, with the age of my boys at home, the way that they speak is so confusing to me.
Yeah.
And I know that must have been the thing for our parents when we were younger,
Yeah.
right? Like, we had da bomb diggity and
Yes.
like things like this,
Thebomb.com,
right? But
and
they didn't. And what was that?
Thebomb.com.
Thebomb.com.
Yeah.
Yes.
Yeah.
But
now they say bussin'.
Bussin'.
They say bussin'?
Oh yeah.
Okay.
You have to look it up.
It used to be lit, right?
Lit. Yep.
Lit.
No.
Now
Even
it's
bussin's
gone.
kind of, like, on its way out. I'm sorry, I interrupted. Go on. Yeah.
That's
go on.
totally okay.
Yeah.
So I just want to be able to understand what they're saying more and maybe embarrass them a little bit by using some of that language. I think that is cool. I try right now. I don't think I'm fitting them in the correct context, but
do you know what a glizzy is?
a hot dog.
Yeah, okay, good. All right, yeah. Like, you're not so bad.
Why?
Yeah, I don't know. Like, I was at summer camp, like, 2 summers ago, and my students were like, "Hey, Brittany, let's go get some glizzies." And I'm like,
what? My instinct says glazed donut.
That's a great. That's not from my instinct.
I'd be down for a glizzy if it was a glazed donut.
It wasn't
a hot dog.
It was definitely some hot dogs. So, like, Jess, you're doing real good.
Yes.
Okay, you're doing real good. So,
okay.
I love it.
Interesting.
Let's get some bussin' glizzies after this.
I love it.
All right, so there we go with that. And so as a teenager, that's good.
Yeah,
I like that. I think for me, like, I don't know. I've always, for some reason, I don't know why, but I've always kind of wanted to go to Japan.
Yeah.
And so maybe Japanese.
Okay.
And then I could go, like, a Japanese steakhouse and order things in their fluent language. But
yeah, that's
that'd
great.
Be cool.
That would be a
cool.
very
I don't
hard
know.
language.
That's just me. Yeah.
I think to learn.
I think so too.
Okay.
Yeah, that's
fair
me.
enough.
Yeah.
They would love you there. They'd be like, "This red hair, who's this?"
Yes. He speaks our language. Literally,
Yes.
literally, he speaks our language.
Yeah.
So
Okay.
that'd be great. Yeah.
What about you?
You know, I would love to speak Spanish fluently, but I
We need to stop for just a minute.
Okay.
I am not confident that this is recording.
Oh,
okay.
Can I hit a button?
Did you hit start recording and then
Yes.
close?
Okay.
Then it's recording.
All right.
Did you stop the recording now?
Nope.
Okay. This is great.
Matt Stitt behind the scenes here.
It doesn't tell you. I can tell you it is recording because there's the red light.
Yeah.
So we're good.
It's on the main camera.
We're good.
On the group camera. So.
Yay.
I'm new. I don't know what to do. So
I love this. Learning
so Matt wants to speak technology.
Yes.
That's
Yeah,
Matt's,
that's what Matt would choose.
That'd be great. Great-ish. Yeah.
Yeah. Anyway, I was saying that I would love to speak fluent Spanish, but I also think it would be really, really great to know ASL.
Oh
To do sign language.
Yeah.
And, I just think that's a whole population of people that like almost no one learns their language unless they have to or they do it for profession versus like other languages come with like I don't know built-in I don't there's no good way to
they do classes in school that you can take curriculum.
Yeah. They didn't even offer it at my school.
Yeah,
they had Spanish and French and German.
Yeah.
But they didn't even offer ASL, so I think
I had a couple of students in my former ministry who took ASL and they loved it.
Yeah.
They'd speak to me and I'm like, great.
Yeah. My best friend is fluent in Spanish though, so I feel like Spanish would be fun because then I could talk to her in Spanish, but ASL probably. I
have a friend who, like, when she yells at her kids in Spanish, like, they get the point. So I do think that's a cool trick to use. Maybe they're like, don't mess with mom today.
No, she's in Spanish.
Love it.
All right.
So I have a question.
Okay, let's do this.
What might be something that you guys have a hard time saying no to that you wish you were better with?
You first.
Yeah, I know. That's fine. Yeah. For me, it's like a catch-22 because like I have a hard time saying no to people because like I love people and I'm kind of like a people pleaser in a way, but I know that like sometimes I like especially like having a family and having like more responsibilities with that. Like having to say no to other people, so just to make sure like I'm being present and fully there like for my family and helping out as much as I can. But man, it's just like part of my personality. Like I love being around people. So anytime I get an opportunity to be with people or to do a project or whatever it is with people, like I have a hard time saying no to that. Yeah. But I need to be a lot better at it. Yeah.
Yeah,
for sure.
And chocolate.
Yeah. Oh man.
Fair enough. Okay.
Yeah.
Yeah, I was gonna say food.
Like,
Like I have a hard time turning down food. So I'm actually, this is so weird. Thanksgiving's coming up. I think when this episode airs, it'll be after Thanksgiving. But I'm actually really good at saying no to food on holidays.
What?
Oh.
Yeah,
That's
like the one day of the year where like
That's
the whole
not how
thing
that's
is like
supposed to work.
formulated on like stuffing your face is actually the day when I eat the most well-balanced meal with normal proportion sizes.
Oh my
but
God.
it's I'm a stress eater, so I think for me,
All right.
if I could get better at saying no to food on the regular,
Yeah.
that would probably be good. Or like, because I'm not a huge dessert person. Like I don't usually like eat 5 pieces of cake, so I don't say no. I don't need to learn how to say no to desserts, but like savory foods. Man, you give me like a good savory food, and I'm just gonna.
Love it. That's me with candy. Oh, it's so
dude.
bad. It's a terrible habit. I get those little dopamine boosts from like candy. I'm like, oh, treat.
This is nice.
So bad.
Is that what you would say no to?
That or just similar to Brady, saying no to people when they need my help. I love to be helpful. I love to. I want to say people please, but I enjoy helping people and relieving them from anything they're struggling with.
Sure, yeah.
So it's been a challenge. It's been a challenge taking on more tasks amidst being a mother and having another part-time job. So that's a balance I'm working on in my life right now. So hopefully prayer will grow me through that. So
that'd be great.
Yeah.
Awesome. So to speak to your food thing real quick, when it comes to because I know this is going to air after Thanksgiving, but after Thanksgiving comes Christmas. We always have a big family meal at Christmas time.
Yes.
And like I always approach Thanksgiving and Christmas mealtime like Joey from friends, and like I gotta get.
Joey doesn't share food.
Joey doesn't share food. So Brady doesn't share food, and Brady has to put on his eating pants.
Yeah.
So I can like be ready. Stretch it out. So that's
I love that. We made a tradition some years back where you wore onesies to Thanksgiving, like those big.
Okay. Yeah.
So it's basically like wearing a blanket to Thanksgiving, but you can eat as much as you want, and you're warm, and you don't feel constricted by your clothes. So
my family used to take naps.
Naps are great.
Yeah, we'd eat, and then we would just be like, it's like a bomb went off, and there were just people littered everywhere. Like someone on the couch, someone on the floor next to the couch, someone hanging over a chair. Like, it was just nap central.
Nap it up.
So
Nappy nap time.
Okay.
All right.
Speaking of holidays, one of the holidays that just passed was Halloween, and so I have a random question for you guys. What is the scariest movie of all time?
I'm not going first on this one.
Oh.
Do you want to go first?
Yeah.
Go first. Jess. Take it.
I'll go first. Get it out of the way.
Yeah, good call.
I would probably say The Purge or anything related. Bless you.
Thank you.
Yeah.
Anything related to like horror and torture. Like I just don't like the idea that people's minds go there, and it just freaks me out. So anything that could be kind of realistic. Or it doesn't sit well with me. I don't honestly watch any scary movies at all because I protect my heart and my brain from that stuff. So, I think all of them are awful, to be honest. What about you, Brady?
Okay, let me.
It's your turn.
Yeah, it's my turn. So there's one scary movie. Well, okay, one movie that I think is scary. I'll talk about that in a second. Let me talk about a time I actually saw like a scary-ish movie, like when I was in college. So I was trying to go out, and I wasn't trying to. I was going on a date with this girl, and
you brought her to a scary movie, so she put your arm around.
No, that would be the ideal situation. What happened here was the least ideal situation. It was kind of like a triple date. So it was me and this girl. I don't remember what her name was, because that's how well it went. And then my buddy Nate and his girlfriend, and then my buddy Brad and his now wife Amy. So we all went to the movies, and like when we got to the theater, we're thinking, okay, like we don't know really what to see. And so there was, I think Secretariat was on.
Oh, I love that
movie. We did a coin flip between Secretariat and then Paranormal Activity 2.
Oh no!
So the coin flip, and so obviously the coin flip happened, and we saw Paranormal Activity 2.
Oh,
okay?
I don't like that at all.
Yeah, it was super creepy. So like we get into the movie theater, and we sit down, and for some reason, okay, so like I'm sitting here, and then my date, whoever she was sitting here next to me, and then my buddy Nate was on like my other side. Okay, and so there are parts in the movie like where just like dramatic like jumpy moments. So me and my buddy Nate would be like like that.
Oh no!
And like screaming. And so but there's one point in time in the movie where I got so scared that I actually like got up out of my seat and like turned around, and I put my head like into the chair.
Oh no!
Like into the chair. And like my butt's like out in the open, and
She didn't call you back.
no. Well,
She was like,
here's how the rest of that one went out. So obviously I asked for a second date because I thought it went great, and she was very nice and was like, no.
she just didn't feel like you were gonna protect her.
I don't think so. Not in that moment. So all that to say, I saw Paranormal Activity 2, and it was pretty creepy, just because of like the spiritual warfare stuff going into it. But the movie that scares me, like for me, the scariest movie of all time, is The Wizard of Oz.
Oh
Yeah,
Lord.
cannot. Blech.
Why? What?
There's one particular scene that even now, as I explain, I'll probably get the heebie-jeebies. Oh my gosh. Okay, so have you guys seen the movie?
Yes.
Okay, so it's the very first time that like they get to like the Emerald City, and they go and actually like talk to the wizard. All right.
Okay.
And he's describing they have to go get the broom from the witch, and all that fun stuff. And anyway, so the wizard like yells at the posse, Dorothy and the lion, all that stuff.
Yeah.
So anyway, so after the yells, you see the lion like run down like that hallway, and because he's like running down because like he's scared.
Yeah.
And for some reason, like just how terrible like graphics were back then, it just that scene. Just freaks me out, man. Yeah. And he's like right down the hallway, and all of a sudden you see him just like dive through this window, and okay, hang on. I'm playing it out in my head, and I'm gonna calm myself down.
Yeah.
But if I watch the movie, like I'll have nightmares for like 3 nights in a row after.
Wow.
Still to this day. Yeah.
Wow.
Yeah. It doesn't. I don't like it.
It probably brings up some of that childhood feeling of when you first saw it, how
Yeah,
scary it was. You're
it
like,
was.
a lion is scared of this guy?
Right. Of course, he was a cowardly lion, so that makes
Yeah,
sense.
well.
But I'm like, I don't know. Like the witch doesn't really bother me. The flying monkeys don't really bother me.
Yeah.
Which is funny because you would think that would be the part that would be scary.
I had a dream about that one time when I was a kid too. Okay.
But just once. It didn't.
And
Not 3 nights in a row.
But the dream, like that dream, like helped me get over the fear of the witch and the monkeys. Because I had a dream where, if you remember the scene, I know I'm taking way too much time on this, but if you remember the scene in The Wizard of Oz, like when they're in the woods trying to like get to the castle to rescue Dorothy, and that's like when the fighting monkeys came in. Well, I had a dream that I had this machine gun, and I'm just like shooting the monkeys like out of the sky, like as they're coming. So feeling pretty good about that. And then I get to the castle. And I make my way past all the guards and stuff. I get into the room where the witch and Dorothy are at, and I had a super soaker. If you remember, like those giant squirt guns. So I grab, pull that sucker off, and like I blast the witch like right in the face with that thing and just kill her.
Yeah.
So
she's melting.
She's melting, exactly. And so that melted away all my fears of those 2 moments. But the line run down the hallway. There's not a hallway in the world I can run down and not like get over that. That fear.
That's fair.
So.
Man.
You got Sadie. You got a
Sadie.
scary
Sorry.
Yeah.
story?
Your time. Yeah.
So the scariest movie that I ever saw, because like you, I just don't. I do not engage with scary or tense content in my life because I will have nightmares. But when I was in high school, my youth group got together and we watched the movie The Hangman's Curse, which is essentially where you've got some people who are like Satan worshipers that are breeding a type of spider, like a mini spider that they're like putting on $1 bills in a vending machine so it'll like take out people. And so I had
the opposite of Spider-Man.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah. It's like the spider, they're breeding tiny spiders so that the spiders will bite you and kill you, but they're so tiny that you wouldn't even really realize you got bit. Right? Weird. And so I was sitting there in the basement of my friend's home trying to make it through this like Christian approved scary movie. And I think I made it like 45 minutes in. And I was like, I'm done.
Yeah.
So I just went upstairs and started eating cookies by myself.
There's stress eating.
Stress eating.
There it is.
I was just like eating cookies by myself. And
Ding, ding, ding. Yeah.
my friend's mom came and checked me. She was like, "Are you doing okay?" I was like, "I can't watch it. I kid you not. I had nightmares for 3 weeks straight.
I believe it.
3 weeks.
That's how I felt after watching Paranormal
So-
Activity. After I turned around and finished watching the movie.
Yeah.
No,
Yeah.
I feel that.
Yeah.
I feel that.
So
That's crazy.
Any other circumstance where I have seen glimpses of scary movies have been on accident, either because it was a trailer for a different movie that I was watching where I had to like somehow like, close my eyes and plug my ears, but you can't in a movie theater because the sound system is
that's what it's
huge.
for. Yeah.
Or I went to a New Year's Eve party once where they were watching The Ring, and that was like, I was like looking at my phone, even though phones didn't do anything back then, and so I was like trying to pretend I was playing a game, but my phone didn't have games. So, I just don't do anything that causes extra attention in my life because I don't need it.
That's totally fair. That's totally
Yeah.
fair. Well, good. This was great. This was good conversation.
Yeah.
So I love.
This is
I
a good
love
therapy
it.
session
This
for
is a good
us.
therapy session and more about Brady's life. So, all right, Jess. So we're today wanting to talk to you about like friendships and some of the friendships that you have had like along your life and how those have maybe helped shape like who you are and how those friends have like maybe kind of like guide you throughout like certain seasons of life. But also talk about like you've lost some friends along the way.
Yeah.
And it sounds like it's maybe like the right thing and the God thing to happen, but it's still like super tough and not easy. So do you mind kind of just sharing a little bit about like your story with that and and the friends and what's all kind of happened with that?
Yeah,
Thanks. Go for it. Yeah.
So I think that we have these friends that we make sometimes later in life or through challenging times, right? And we've heard about like trauma bonding in relationships, right? And you don't always think of it as trauma bonding with a friend, right? But I think those types of relationships, when you kind of grow closeness through a time of hardship, which for this example, my friend and I became super close over COVID time, and she lived across the street from me. We just kind of did life together, raised our kids together, not making awesome choices together, right? Just with the times. And I had never had a friendship where I felt at that point I could just totally be me and not be judged. And so this went on for like 3-4 years, good friendship. My husband was working a ton at this time. So it was one of those things where when you're having deep conversation and your intellectual conversation, you're working out different problems she's having, different problems I'm having, and those relationships, conversations about important things in your life that you don't realize that you're longing for those conversations with your husband, right? Where your friend has then become your supporter, right?
Yeah.
And the dynamic kind of shifted when I moved, and we just were like, okay, if we want to keep our friendship going, we have to make intentional time for each other, right? We had young kids. It was just easy living across the street. And, hey, I'll pop over, we'll cook dinner together, and we'll, let the kids watch a movie. After I moved here and started, just getting to know more people, getting connected in the community, and I'd invite her over to hang out or do things. She never wanted to. It was really weird. I think that she was very well known, and she kind of had this almost, I didn't realize it till I moved away from it, like the friendship completely revolved around her, right? So when you start doing different things in your life and your friend doesn't come along with you and support you in that, you start to notice the difference, right? And there was multiple times we had set up plans where she forgot about them, didn't adjust her plans for them, and kind of left me hanging. One time we were supposed to go camping, everything was set up, and she ended up bailing that day. I got dropped off there because my car was broken at the time. She ended up bailing that day and leaving me there at the campsite all by myself in the woods for 3 days.
Oh no.
Did you like have your gear and stuff?
Honestly, the camping was like a glamping site that had everything.
Okay. So it's a little better.
Let's
but still, a woman alone in the woods.
Yes,
I get lost everywhere I go, so I could not go hiking or do like the fun stuff that you want to do, right? It was, honestly, I didn't realize it at that point, but it was the best thing that ever happened, right? It was super, super painful. She didn't ever acknowledge it or really apologize for it, and didn't want to have a conversation about it. And to me, that was like super upsetting, because we've always been just honest with each other and discussed things, right? So I to say all of that in short, I grew a lot through that friendship. She was a very confident, very fun, very outgoing personality. People were drawn to her. I grew a lot. Yes, very charismatic.
Yeah.
I grew a lot in that. Yeah. Right. Yeah. I grew a lot in that way, right? Which was amazing. I realized that I had attached so much of that part of myself to only being there because of her and not realizing it was in me all along. So I think as much as it hurt to lose that friendship and so abruptly without any explanation, I knew that where I was going and where God had intended me to go, she wasn't going to be somebody who was coming along with me. It just would have never evolved that way. So I'm thankful, and also it took me a long time to get there. So
Yeah.
But it's all good.
What would you say was the hardest part about accepting that the friendship had ended?
I think sometimes we, as people, you get a friend and you kind of adapt personalities together, right? And you feel like you call them and do hard things together, and you do just anything together. So I think not having that anymore and so abruptly I felt for a long time I wanted to know why. I wanted her to explain to me where, like, it felt like it came out of nowhere and I took it personally. And it took a long time for me to get there, but I'm at that space where I don't have a desire to know why. I feel more whole than I've ever felt, and I don't need people in my life like I felt like I needed people in my life to feel whole, because I know that God has made me whole, right? And I'm continuing to develop that and not hindered. But
That's good.
Yeah.
That's really, really good. Yeah. So you're seeing this friendship, and you're seeing things are not going the way that they had been going. Like there's been changes. So you talked about like being in the woods and being like in the campsite and saying, okay, this is the time like when things have changed, or obviously like, there's something changing right now. So like, were there any other like moments in the friendship where you maybe saw things starting to change, or again, you mentioned it was just kind of like out of nowhere. But like looking back at it, you think you can like maybe pinpoint some moments of okay, like, I could see some change starting like here and here and here. And that led to the woods moment.
Right.
Yeah.
So when I had moved here, I was gonna have like a little party with some of my friends from work, and I wanted her to come, and I invited her, and she said, I don't want to come until you get to know those people more, because I don't know how they're going to take me. And
all right.
thinking back to it, I realized she is an awesome person, right? And she has a lot of things that she's worked through. But I realized in that moment that it was never really equally about me, right? Like she wasn't going to be in a place where I was more of a center of attention than she was. And it was my friends and my environment, not her environment in the way. And honestly, and not in a bad way, it's just all she's known, right? So I don't say that in a bad way, but I say that in a way that for people to find and seek friends who are equally willing to support and love you and build you up as you're changing in the ways that you know are good for you, to support you through that, not to isolate you through that.
Absolutely. Very cool.
Especially in the ways that you're different from them, right? Like, so it's not just the things that are new for them, but things that you might not necessarily enjoy, but the things that you know that they love.
Yes.
You know?
Yep.
Right.
For sure.
Being other-centered with that.
Definitely.
Yeah.
Very cool.
Okay.
That was good.
I have one more question for you. Has the experience of seeing that friendship kind of dissipate and break down the way that it did, has it changed how you approach new friendships?
Yes. I also feel like I don't feel like I have necessarily a need for an overly super close intertwined friendship, right? Where you feel like your lives are intermeshed. And not that I won't have that again in the future. I think right now, for the season of my life, I feel so happy and so content with my family and my kids and like the friendships that I'm building here, right? Like you get to this phase where you just, it's so hard. So for the younger viewers, you don't get this just yet, but you don't really have time to maintain a friendship outside of what your regular day-to-day stuff is, right?
Yeah.
It's not that you don't desire
so
it.
true.
Yeah,
Absolutely.
Yeah.
Yep.
So it's just challenging. But I think I will approach it differently moving forward when that time comes, right? And I honestly, I feel so grateful. I've found my best friend and my husband.
Yeah.
Like, he's pretty freaking amazing.
He's a cool guy.
Yeah. So I think that I didn't realize how much a super, super close friend can almost be a barrier between getting there with your husband or your spouse or your partner or whatever. Sometimes I think that it's nice to do life with your best friend, and if you are able to have your best friend who is your partner living in your house doing life with you, it's like nothing else. So
Yeah. Great. I have one more question too.
Yeah.
So, just like in my role here at the church, working with like students, like so like middle school, high school students, man, like the number of conversations I have about friends and knowing if this friend is a good friend, or like having to give a friend up because they're like a bad influence or whatever it is, or maybe I'm the bad friend and I'm I'm the bad influence.
Yeah.
So if you are talking to teenage version of Jess, and you know that like you're struggling with friendships, like what advice would you give to yourself or to students when it comes to them trying to like discern, is this friend a friend that I need to keep around for right now, or maybe put some distance between?
A couple things.
Yeah.
I would say first, trust your gut and your heart, right?
Yeah.
If you have a friend that is putting you in situations or bringing up things that just don't seem to sit right, that's there for a reason, because it's going against who you feel you are wanting to be and desiring to be, right? Because it's so hard when you're trying to find your identity at that age, because it takes years, trust me. But trust that and find a few super awesome, trusted people that you have, that you know their word and their guidance is well, and knowing you as a person and what you would do in a situation and what you wouldn't do in another situation, right?
Yeah.
So, for example, like if you have Brady as your youth pastor, or if you have a cool aunt or uncle because sometimes it's not always your parent that is gonna be able to do that, right? Or even like an older 100%. Very accurate.
I don't know where you got that idea from.
Not my
life
kids.
experience, personal life experience.
So just reflecting back on their guidance and going to them for advice, older cousins, something like that, and talk to them about it, say, hey, this came up. I don't know how I feel about it, because I guarantee that's coming up for a reason, because you're not flourishing as the person you can be, and fully being just cherished as a friend, right? If you desire a friendship that is equally balanced, there's those people are out there, and maybe the person that you're struggling with isn't that person, and that's okay. That's okay. You'll be better for it when you confront that with kindness and love, but more love for yourself.
That good. Makes me think of the conversation we had in the car the other day, where I had a friend who, she was talking in terms of romantic relationship, but she said, the reality is there's just not a lot of men who are willing to do this, so I just need to lower my standards. And I was like, wait a second. Like, there's a difference between lowering your standards and giving grace to someone who's learning to be a better partner.
100%.
Like,
for sure.
Like, you need to give grace, because like everyone has room to grow,
Yeah,
right?
right.
Everyone.
Yeah.
And so
Yeah.
there's a difference between like trying to find a friend, same thing as with friendships, right? Like finding a friend who is trying to become a better friend
Yes.
and just lowering your standards because you just assume no one will meet like the basic requirement of not leaving you out in the woods alone, you know?
Right, yeah.
Right.
Following through.
It's
Yes.
so
Yeah.
true.
Yeah.
My
Absolutely.
it's funny when you have my boys are absolutely amazing, but I know they're not the easiest friends all the time.
Mm-hmm.
It doesn't come from not a good heart or a good place, right? Like we all have our challenges, and if you're able to talk to that friend, maybe that's just the kind of grace and guidance they need, right? And you don't realize it. And maybe it's not a good mesh. So there's both sides of it. So
Fair enough.
Yeah.
Well, thank you.
yeah. Thanks for
That was
asking.
fun. That was a good conversation.
I agree.
Cool.
Yeah. All right. Before we wrap up our time, though, we want to play a game with you, Jess. Okay.
I love it.
So
do it.
when we're filming this this podcast, it's about 2 weeks out from Thanksgiving. Okay, and so we're right in the heart of like fall time. And if you are any type of person who lives in America during fall time, then you know that like pumpkin spiced stuff is like the rage. I know. Thank you. I like pumpkin pie and pumpkin bread, but like pumpkin spice coffees and stuff.
You don't?
Hard pass.
It's not that I don't like it. It's just
Hard
like
pass.
I'm not sold on it. Like
Yeah.
I'm not like a crazy like I gotta have pumpkin spice every day type of stuff. You know that's just me. But
Yeah.
if you do, that's I mean if that's your jam, go for it. I love it.
Certain
That's great.
things.
Yeah, certain things. But we want to play a game with you.
Okay.
Called Did They Pumpkin Spice It?
Oh my.
Oh yes, I'm so excited
can't
about this.
wait.
So here in just a second, I have like 10 different like items that are like household items, like everyday things that you would get at like Meijer or something, or that's like a grocery store for anybody who's watching in like Taiwan or something. Or
We got a big
yeah,
demographic
Taiwan, I
in
mean
Taiwan.
that's the goal. We're trying to go global here.
Yeah.
Or if you're just from like Minnesota, but I think Minnesota actually has Meijers too. If you're in California,
We got some people in Florida right now in Alabama.
okay.
Oh yeah.
They're still U.S., so I don't know.
Let me backtrack that.
Walmart. It's like
Thank
a Walmart.
Thank you. That's
Walmart's got to
It's-
be there.
Walmart's
Yeah.
gotta have. Okay, so I have a couple items, and kind of depending on like how much time we have, we'll kind of have you go through the items. So
Cool.
what I'm going to do
Love
is I was going to try to find like a blindfold thing, but I couldn't find it in my office because my office is a wreck right now. But I do have this really cool like silicone frisbee, and kind of I feel like matches your personality.
Yeah, and it
Color-wise.
won't ruin my eyelashes.
It won't ruin your eyelashes. So
that is
what I'm
better.
going to do here in just a minute, I'm going to put a item like in front of the camera so they can see what it is.
Yeah.
And then I'm going to have you like cover your face like this,
Okay.
so like you can't see it.
Yeah,
okay.
you tell
and
me
then
when to remove
and then I'll tell you what the item is, and you have to guess whether or not they pumpkin spiced
Okay.
it. Okay.
I'll also
Sound
close
good?
This is
my eyeballs.
amazing.
Yeah, it's gonna be great.
tell
So
me.
okay.
I'm so glad
All
I
right,
get
so
to
here we go. Let's
observe
go
this.
with the first item right here.
Okay.
Oh,
So
no.
I'm holding it up to the camera into Sadie. So
Okay.
here's what it says. I don't know where the. Okay, there we go. So the item is Oreos. Oreo cookies. Do you think they
you want me to
pumpkin
remove
spiced?
this?
Yes, you can remove it now. So do you think they pumpkin spiced
Yeah.
Oreo cookies?
100%.
100%?
They have every flavor of Oreo.
That's true.
That's
they
true.
do.
Oh.
Yeah.
They do
Well,
have
that was
that.
an easy one, obviously. Because,
Okay.
so
I'm
no,
not looking.
you got that one right.
Yay!
Yeah. Pumpkin spice Oreos were a thing.
Go
okay.
Jess.
So I will not try those.
No.
No.
If you have tried them, comment.
Yes.
You gotta know
let
how
us
they
know.
are.
Yeah, let us
Are
know.
they
Yeah, and like
good?
if you are following along and you want to comment, think it is or not,
Yeah.
go for it. That'd be great. Okay.
it.
So
Okay.
that was
Sounds
item number
disgusting.
one. I know. Item number two is mouthwash.
Oh my gosh.
Do you think they
Can I lower
pumpkin
it?
spiced mouthwash?
Did you put it away?
I put it away. So what
Oh
do you
my
think?
Gosh,
Mouthwash.
I hope not. Oh, can you imagine? Like
Oh,
I'm gonna
dude.
brush
I don't
my
want
teeth,
to.
but
Yeah, no, I'm gonna brush my teeth, or I'm like like swish around the
I'm
mouthwash.
gonna go with no because
No?
my heart says it shouldn't be a thing.
Okay. Yeah, I mean, let's see here. The correct answer is they did not pumpkin spice it.
Yes.
Good job.
That is not a real
Who's
thing.
keeping
2-0.
Who's keeping?
I got score for you.
Matt, yeah,
You're 2-0.
You got a score.
You're
okay.
winning.
So
Okay.
2-0. Okay. And if you're playing at home, let us know how you're doing, and maybe we'll send you some pumpkin spiced something. Or just a pumpkin.
I love
don't know
it.
what
Or
it is.
just a pumpkin.
Or just a pumpkin. Okay, so here's the next item, okay? Hummus.
Ooh.
Hummus.
Okay, I think 100% they pumpkin spice
so?
that. Yeah, they got all them dessert hummuses.
That's true.
Aldi.
Chocolate hummus is so good. Have you guys had that?
Is that like
No,
Nutella?
but I want to. It's
Is it different than Nutella?
Well, chickpea
yeah, it's healthier.
Yeah.
I would imagine. So
I just feel like it have the same consistency.
no, have you had hummus?
Yes.
Yeah, no.
Nutella's
But
more of like a
I haven't really had-
smooth gel.
Yeah, I haven't really had
They should put it
Nutella.
in a can.
Like spray cheese.
Yeah. Oh
Spray
my
Nutella.
gosh. Nutella, if you're listening, put it in a
We
can.
can put it on some pumpkin spice Oreos.
Oh my god.
Oh, no.
Then it'd be good.
That whole sentence.
I love it.
Oh, no.
Okay,
Okay.
What do you think?
They did. They did,
Yes!
in fact, pumpkin spice
Oh, look at
hummus.
that.
I know. Isn't that
Love
amazing?
See?
From
That's
Cedars.
disturbing.
Cedars hummus.
You can
limited
get
edition.
it for your next, for Thanksgiving.
Thanksgiving, or
Yeah.
if you're watching afterwards, Christmas.
Christmas,
Christmas
yeah.
is
Yeah.
coming up.
Love it.
Coming up hot.
That's
and
cool.
Fast. So,
Yeah.
okay. Next
Okay.
item. See how much time we get. Okay, yeah, we're good. We're good on time. All right.
Hmm.
Okay. This is a good one. This one might
Throw me off.
throw you off. Okay, so it's this. If you're
Okay.
watching, it's Pringles. Pringles
Ooh,
chips.
Oh my god.
Do you think they pumpkin spiced
Can I put
Pringle?
my eyeballs
Yes, you sure
open?
can. Pringles
Put
chips.
them open?
Put them open.
Oh no.
I feel like they
Yeah,
did.
okay.
Because I want to win. But I don't think that is another one I don't think they should.
Right. Would you try them if you?
Yeah, I would
Okay.
try it.
Okay.
But I wouldn't spend my money on it.
You'd want someone else to buy it for you.
Let's be clear. I'm not. I
So
know
you're
I'm
at a
like
party
that.
and there's a
Yeah.
charcuterie board full of Pringles,
Yeah,
and there's a pumpkin spice one. Like you.
I
wanna
would
try
dip it in the pumpkin spice hummus
Oh man! Oh.
Oh.
And then wash it down.
with mouthwash.
Regular-
I created.
Jess's very own home version
No.
of pumpkin spice mouthwash, the Jess version.
I wonder if they've made pumpkin spice eggnog.
Oh
I
yeah,
have to
I
think
bet.
they would. That's not on my list of things,
It's gotta
but
be.
Someone make that.
Someone, let us know.
Then give me creator rights.
Yeah.
Yeah. Or send me a text as you're watching it
Yeah.
and let
Love
me know.
it.
If
Or
they
try
did,
it.
so.
Maybe like pumpkin spice syrup with
Oh, there you go.
an eggnog.
That
I
might
don't
be
know,
kinda
but
good.
I don't.
Yeah.
That sounds like a perfect storm of grossness for me because I do not like eggnog and I don't like
Yeah.
pumpkin spice.
What is
Yeah, no.
eggnog?
I don't know.
Like, what's nog? Like, I know what eggs are, but what the heck's nog, you know? Like,
Poor Matt's
Yeah.
just like cracking up
That's
in
like,
the corner.
Like,
all I have to say is, you got it right. They did make pumpkin spiced Pringles, and I'll have to find some. Maybe I'll find some and bring them to youth group tonight.
oh yeah.
Are you
they
coming
love it.
tonight? Are you coming next week?
Next
Yeah,
week.
coming next
I'll
week.
come
Okay,
next
I'll have
week
some for
for
next
sure.
week for you.
Yeah.
Okay, next item.
Okay, next one.
Closing up. Okay. Bleach.
Oh my
Bleach.
gosh.
Like things you bleach your clothes with. You bleach your whites with some pumpkin
I'm
spice.
trying to listen. Can I open?
Yes, you can open.
Trying to listen to Sadie's like if she's making any sound.
Oh,
Yeah.
so now I need to be silent.
This is
You
like,
didn't. I don't think
Yeah.
I didn't hear it, but
It's like playing Mafia.
Big gasp,
holy
but I got
moly!
this.
Well, like that's super dangerous. You shouldn't You shouldn't flavor bleach because kids were eating Tide Pods for a bit.
That's so true.
I mean, they
that's-
do make lavender scented bleach, though.
Yeah, but do you eat lavender?
I don't know.
Sometimes.
Yeah,
That
never-
lavender
I've never-
cheesecake. I've had lavender cheesecake.
Yeah, lavender
Really?
ice cream,
Lavender
lavender,
coffee.
lemonade.
Yeah.
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 But bleach, that's really pushing it. I'm gonna say no.
No,
They didn't.
I don't know.
Oh,
Well, actually, I do know, but
I know.
I'm
not looking, I'm
Okay.
They didn't.
They didn't. You were right.
Oh
Hey.
my
There's
gosh.
not pumpkin spice.
I feel better
bleach
about
out
the
there.
world
Thank
right
I
now.
know. We're
goodness.
feeling really good about
Oh.
that one.
Love
Feeling
it.
real good.
We got
Okay.
more?
We
Good
got
job,
some more. Yeah,
world.
we'll do a few
Okay.
more. Okay. Ooh, pizza rolls.
Oh my
One of my
gosh.
favorite snacks of all time. Pumpkin roll or yeah, pumpkin sauce.
Pumpkin.
I'm
I
just-
also love pumpkin rolls, the pizza
Oh,
rolls.
yeah.
Do you think they pumpkin spice pizza rolls?
I'm literally just thinking about the texture of that.
Yeah.
Like, would the
Do you put
inside
the
be like
pepperoni?
pumpkin pie?
Would it be
I don't
pumpkin
know.
and
Oh,
pepperoni?
that's a good thought. Kind of
Like
like,
a mushy
kind of like
pumpkin.
a dessert, like a
Ooh,
dessert
yeah.
pizza roll
I would eat that.
with like a pumpkin pie filling or something like in the middle
Yeah.
instead of like the
Yeah.
pizza stuff.
That sounds disgusting. The texture
I'm gonna
is weirding me
go
out.
with no.
No,
Was I correct?
I don't know. Let's find out. Let's find out.
They didn't?
They did not.
Yes.
Dude, Jess, you're on fire.
I am.
You're doing a clean sweep right
You
here.
are. Like,
That's
you have
good.
not
I
missed
love
one yes.
Perfect.
I know. I think this is my last one
I think
here.
so too. Yeah.
Yes, my last one.
I jinxed
Okay.
it.
Okay.
Oh, okay. Did you see what the picture was?
No.
Okay. It's soap.
Oh my gosh.
Like soap you would wash your body
Yeah,
with.
yeah,
You think
okay.
they pumpkin spiced?
100% they pumpkin spiced it because who wouldn't want to smell like pie? Right? Like,
What
I
kind of- what the pie
think
is
that's
it?
great.
Pumpkin pie?
Yeah.
Yeah, I love pumpkin pie. Do you like pumpkin pie?
I do like
Do you like
pumpkin
pumpkin
pie.
pie?
It's not my
Absolutely not.
favorite.
No?
Pecan's better.
Oh, no.
Yeah. What?
Okay, at least we both got you there with
Yeah,
the
but
pecan.
no, a good
or the
pumpkin pie.
pecan.
Pecan. Yeah,
Depending on
pecan.
who you talk
Pecan.
to.
Yeah, yeah.
That's a debate.
Fancy.
You should tell people in the comments.
Yeah,
Do you pronounce it pecan or pecan?
yeah.
How do you
Or
spell
pecan.
the difference of that though?
Peecan. Pecan.
Pecan. Okay, so
Pecan.
I don't know. Maybe with the pecan,
Yeah.
you make it like CAWN.
You're so far away
I
from
don't know.
Japanese.
I-
Yeah, a long way to go.
You got a long way to get there, pal.
Okay.
Okay, I got some work to do.
All
okay.
right.
So, you
What did I
think-
say? Yes.
You said yes, they
Yes.
did. And in fact, they did.
Yeah.
They did.
Oh,
They
no.
pumpkin spice some soap. Man.
Okay.
Oh, man.
Yeah.
I
So,
win.
That's a
you do
decision.
win. Enriched with farm fresh vegetable butters and nourishing antioxidants for all of your pumpkin spice soap needs. So made with avocado, blueberry, and shea butters too.
Ooh.
So
Oh,
see?
moisturizing for your skin. I think isn't that how that
Yeah.
works? How
Buy
shea?
it at Meyer.
I haven't seen it there.
It redeemed
but-
itself when you said shea butter.
Yeah.
But
Yeah.
the vegetable oil, vegetable butter
Yeah, I feel like you can
comment
use this like
was
for
a little
cooking
disgusting.
or for bathing with. I feel like you
Yeah.
can put it
Yeah,
in a pot
yeah.
or like
Yeah.
in a pan and
That's
make
kinda
some
gross.
vegetables up in this bad boy. So
Yeah.
Man.
yeah.
I
Good
don't
job,
like that
Jess.
at all.
Like, you got all
Yeah.
those.
Oh,
You got all those right.
Go
Yes.
me.
That is amazing.
Very nice.
I didn't know
Oh my
how, like
goodness.
how well you would do with that. So
Hey.
good job.
I feel proud.
Well-
I feel like you need to challenge me next time I'm on. Like
Deal.
I need another challenge
Okay.
enough.
to win.
Well,
Deal.
to be fair though, you like pumpkin spice things, right?
I like, yeah, some of them. Some of them I don't.
What's a pumpkin spice thing that you hate?
Yeah.
Oh, I don't know. I don't know if I've had one that I hate.
Okay.
But
Didn't enjoy.
I didn't enjoy. So Milano cookies, which I typically love, came out
Okay.
with a pumpkin spice, and I really wanted to love them, and I didn't. So,
That's
Okay.
unfortunate.
but
Interesting.
yeah, it needed to be more like pie filling consistency.
Yeah,
if
yeah,
I-
yeah. That makes
but-
sense.
Yeah.
Not like
Fair.
creamy-ish
Yeah,
or whatever.
yeah.
it
I'm
was.
not like obsessed with it though. So
Okay.
just you know,
Okay.
it's like my sweets.
But like when Starbucks says, "Hey, pumpkin spice lattes are coming out like next week," do you like fangirl about that or no?
No, but I do love like pumpkin chai. Like
Okay.
pumpkin added to your chai is
Okay.
like woof.
Word.
So, I mean, I'll drink it, but
Okay.
There's
Yeah.
literally nothing about pumpkin that I enjoy.
oh, see.
I like pumpkin pies. and
I don't
things,
like
Yeah,
so-
see?
pumpkin carving. I don't like
Oh,
pumpkin
man.
pie. I don't like pumpkin spice latte. I don't like pumpkin anything. Count me out.
It's a hard pass for Sadie.
Well, someone at Alpha is like, "You are so un-American." I was like, "I'm literally born in Canada."
Yes, I'm not American.
So yes.
Yeah.
But no, I
That's
just
great.
not a fan.
I love
So
it.
good.
Anyway, this
All
has
right.
been great, folks.
It has been fun. It has been a lot of fun. So,
yeah, it's been great. Well,
Yeah.
Awesome.
thanks for joining us
Yeah.
for InspireCast,
Yeah, of
and
course.
like and subscribe on YouTube so you can get notified of the episodes that'll be coming up
Yep.
in the future.
Yeah, I love it.
Awesome.
Cool. Thanks, Jess.
Yeah,
It's been
thank you
fun.
guys.
We'll
It's
see you
been
again
awesome.
soon, all right?
Sounds
All right.
good.
Bye, guys.
Bye.
Later.